Hey, 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 beautiful heart, what's vibin'? All right, so the camera just completely shut off as I was doing the intro to this video, so I apologize. That's why the cards are already down. So let's just start again, guys. All right. Let's take a look at the energy. You already know my PSA announcement. I will never, ever, ever in the history of never send you a DM, send you a message, come into comments and tell you I have a message, ask you to pay for a reading or coerce you or offer you a service in any way, shape, or form. I do not work that way. Number one, if somebody claiming to be me, has my pictures, using my words, videos, whatever, reaches out to you via DM or a comment offering services, says they have a message, friend me on this, not me. Guys, I will never solicit you for any of my services. Number one, I don't do that. Number two, I don't need to do that. I do have services open. The only way to work with me is to go to my website, book my services, or send an email. You have to make the first move. I will never come to you. I will also never tell you to contact me on WhatsApp. Absolutely not. Yes, I have WhatsApp. However, it is private for my members and my group members, nothing else. I will not answer random messages on WhatsApp. I will never give you my WhatsApp information unless you have purchased my membership or my group course. That is part of it. Outside of that, your girl is not on WhatsApp just randomly giving messages. I don't randomly do that. So, all right, moving right along. As I was saying before, the energy is very interesting right now. We're moving towards a very intense full moon. For those that have been putting in the work, really facing yourself, working through when the 5 human habits come up, really trying not to go into judgment, guilt, condemnation, blame, shame, and gossip towards yourself or anyone else. This cycle, this moon cycle, is here to help elevate you to the next level. Yes, for everybody, the past has been coming up, and it's been coming up in different ways. When you know you're tapped in and you're prepared, my students know that when the past comes up, I help teach you guys to see it for truth, not to attach to the old story, but also give you tools to change the story so that when this old stuff comes up, you're not automatically attaching to it and buying into the story. That's an old habit. It is a very detrimental habit because what you feel, you make real. So if you're attaching to the past and those triggers, the hurt, the betrayal, the anger, the frustration, whatever it is, and that's where your energy is, guess what? That's what's going to happen in your future. This is a game of life. And when you learn the universal laws and how to play the game, you win every time. It's when we're caught off guard or we're falling back into those human habits. Beware of altered ego traps. This all goes back to, your inner child deserves your attention, but it's so much more than the inner child. The inner child is the basis, is the foundation, but you can't just do inner child work and forget the other players and expect to have lasting results of change because you only have one piece of the puzzle. I see this all the time. You can heal your inner child, do inner child work, but if you don't know about shadow and altered ego, how they came to be, what their purpose is, how they set up dips, distractions, and traps, and how they run your life, you'll be caught in this loop. So, all right, we're starting off with say what you mean. A lot of us are going through this part of the journey. And guys, remember, this journey, there are levels. It is circular. So we do go back around. We are a multi-body system, and we have to clear the energy on the different layers. Each layer requires a different level. Life is like a game. It's like a hologram. And in these games, you are at one level and you gain so much of the stuff that you have to go to the next level, but you don't gain everything down here because there are some things you need to go to the next level, mine that, get some golden nuggets or keys to come back to this level down here to unlock. Because at this level, you don't have the key, you have to go up. So there's a constant like this as you go up the mountain. Remember, there is one mountain, many different paths. A lot of people fall into this trap for various reasons. I won't go into it right now, but this trap of judging other people's journey. Well, they're doing this. I'm afraid because of this, or I'm worried this, blah, blah, blah. You have no business telling anybody else how to live their life, or their spiritual path is right or wrong, what they believe is right or wrong. That goes back to that whole religious dogma, and there's only one way. It's all about that duality energy. This truth is not about duality energy. There are not two powers. There are people who, out of their personality, are acting evil, but at the core, that's not who they are. Because at the core, there is not two powers. There is one. All right. So say what you mean. A lot of times when one of the human habits, especially if we've had a lot of trauma, is one of the survival tactics is jokes, humor, to kind of make light of it or to get through, whatever reason, not judging it. But what I'm saying is the universe doesn't joke around. It's going to give you back exactly what you're feeling. So be very careful with your words and your jokes, because your words create. Your feelings activate. So the thoughts and the words that you're speaking, those are creation. As you create with that, feelings come up, then they attach. Feelings attach to thoughts and words. You don't have a feeling first, then get a word. That's not how it works. You get the thought and the word, and then boom, a feeling attaches. So remember, your thinking and your words are literally creating your experience. Your feelings activate that. It puts it into motion. Your feeling body is feminine and it's magnetic. It attracts to you what you feel. The masculine is the intellect. It is the mind. It creates through images and thoughts. But it needs the feminine, the heart, the soul, the love, to take that thought, mix it in with the love, and then send it forth. Due to various factors, the matrix, religious dogma, all of that, we're not taught that. In fact, the whole feminine side of life has been left out of religion. This is what we're witnessing, this huge energetic change. Each of us go through this on our own level. Say what you mean. Be very responsible and careful with what you're saying. Idle words, just talking and just letting things come out of your mouth is very detrimental to your walk. All you have to do is step back and reflect. Listen to yourself. What do you say? What are you thinking? What are you saying? What are you feeling? Is it matching the experiences you're having in life? Yeah, of course it is. How do you get out of the experiences that you're having if they're past-like or they're shitty or uncomfortable? You have to change your thinking and your words and your feelings. This is all about self-responsibility. This isn't giving your power over to somebody else to fix it for you. None of that. This is you putting in that work, because it's you with you 24/7. All of this stuff that we get trapped under boils down to perceptions. Family and tribe. Many people are really walking through this and having to move away or let go of certain connections at this time. Guys, yes, especially if you've been the black sheep of your family, you came into this life with a purpose. The family you were born into is part of your journey. We pick these families for the lessons that we need, not because it's easy. For those of us that have been the black sheep, that have, had a lot of trauma in our past, it is all for a purpose. It's not coming up to hold you back. It's coming up so you can acknowledge it and release it in love and say, you know what? People are just doing what they know best. Our parents didn't know, our grandparents didn't know the truth about life. They didn't know that from 0 to 7, our brains are in theta state, constant record mode, taking in everything from our 5 senses, having no way to discern it. The true design was that our parents were supposed to be able to guide us and show us the ways of the tree of life, or the universal laws of love, and help us understand and be guides and guide us through. That's what we're getting back to, but it hasn't been that way all these years, because the belief in 2 powers of good and evil, that tree in the Bible, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. It's also been called the tree of Maya, the tree of illusion. That has been created a whole religious dogma that has nothing to do with the real God or truth. It's like the counterfeit. It is man-made. There is no God anywhere in this universe that is sitting there looking down on you. Oh, well, you love this person of the same sex, so you're not welcome here, or you did this, that's bad. That's all man-made bullshit to keep people decisive, to keep people on opposite sides, to keep people fighting. There is no God out there doing that. Many people suffer from a young age because of religious dogma and other people's beliefs. That gets put into your cells, makes you feel unworthy, like you're not supposed to be here, or you're wrong or condemned, whatever. That's all bullshit. It is absolute bullshit. God is masculine and feminine energy, mind and heart. When you understand the truth of energy and life, the Bible, before it was all tainted, it really is a metaphysical book about Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha. All of them came here to teach the same thing about the mother's presence, the feminine side of life, the heart, the love, the feelings. Jesus' examples and things like that were about the mind and how the mind gets us in trouble. What we think about, we bring about. The enemies, our enemies are our own thoughts. Pharaoh and Egypt is metaphysically representing the mind, the bondage, the duality. So that's a whole other thing I can go into, and I've already got 15 minutes in. All right, let's keep going. Hopefully you're still here. So now we've got the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Ace of Cups. Look at this. The Ace of Cups fell out on top of the Love card. This is a huge message. Okay, so say what you mean in the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant is higher knowledge, it's wisdom, it's higher levels of commitment. This is telling me there is, you're out of alignment in your emotional body. Your emotions are running high. When our emotions run high and we jump back into those old habits, judgment, guilt, condemnation, blame, and shame, our internal dialogue is self-bashing. It is not compassionate. You're in ego. And this is where we all mess up. We don't understand how to decipher between ego, voice, and intuition. So this is what we see playing out. Family and tribe with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And your inner child deserves your attention. A lot of inner child or childhood energetic trauma is coming up right now. It's coming up because this level, it's a deep-rooted level. This is going in at the cellular level and doing the correction. You have been, it feels like you've been stuck for a while. Like you'll make a few little headways and then boom, you hit a wall and you kind of either stop or just go backwards. A lot of internal dialogue around family. Wishing and hoping it was this way. Even I'm hearing somebody's inner dialogue. No judgment to you. You guys know that. The inner dialogue of feeling unworthy, unloved, not good enough, not seen, like you're the one responsible for everything from the family standpoint, because this is how you felt when you were a child. Especially for those of you that grew up under narcissistic dynamics. A lot of that is coming out right now. Again, it's not coming out to stop you or hold you back. It's coming out so you can see the higher truth, acknowledge it, and release yourself from the story. Because that story is a habit and it's keeping you stuck. Love. Love and the Ace of Cups. Absolutely. Beware of altered ego traps. Altered ego does not want you opening up to the truth of love, the 5D love. Guys, the broken hearts, the hurt, the painful love, that is not 5D love. That is matrix love. It is 3D. It is built on judgment, guilt, condemnation, blame, and shame, people pleasing, doing this, doing that. Am I right? Am I wrong? All of that's bullshit. Your true heart has never been hurt. It hasn't been touched. It is protected and covered, just like your inner child is, under all of that. So when you are doing this work and you get to this painful root in your gut that just feels so intense, you don't want to look at it, you rather just give up, know that that root is a false belief and a perception about yourself. Nothing more, nothing less. And if you need help uncovering that or deciphering that, book a session with me. I'm here to help. But this is all saying you are being guided to a whole new level of love. It's not too late. You haven't missed out. You're not farther behind than altered ego wants you to think you are. All this comes up when you are making progress and you're getting closer. Remember, altered ego doesn't want you tapping into the truth and true love. So it will kick up its shenanigans into high gear right before your breakthrough. So if shenanigans or this energy is kicked up and you feel like it's the pile on and woe is me, and just listen to your own internal dialogue. Listen to your words. What are you telling people? Are you running around telling people what your problems are and what's going on? Stop it. You're giving away your power. Your life only takes direction from you. It doesn't take direction from anybody else, only you. Your cells listen to your voice. It's your responsibility to be mindful of what you're saying. And this is how you get out of it. All right. Yep, transformation. Big transformation energy is going on right now. You can either get on the horse and ride it, or you could get off the horse and bitch and complain about it. Walking meditation, just go. Some of you need to get outside. Some of you, if you can't get outside, just walk around your house and, you don't have to do a full-blown meditation, but start changing your story, changing your words. Your old story, that may be your experience. It doesn't mean it's your truth. It doesn't have to be your truth. For many years, hold on. Sorry guys, my allergies are acting up. For many years, I had specialists tell me I would never get better. The best I could do was manage my symptoms. That was not my truth. And I was very bold. I had a mouth on me. And I would tell them straight up to their face, that may be your truth. That is not my truth. I do not accept that. I will be healed. My body will be healed and whole, and I will help others get out of the same. I held true to that. Didn't say it was easy, but now you see the result. I am healthy, healed, and whole, and helping others do it. It all comes down to what is your truth. And if you've been letting other people tell you your truth, you're giving away your power. If you don't know my story, you can go to my website, get some glimpses on it, things like that. I also have a book on Amazon. Or you could buy it through my website if you want a signed copy, whatever. But what changed? What changed was my inner dialogue. From victim to conqueror. Again, it wasn't an easy road, but it worked. And now helping others do the same. The testimonies of this work, they're mind-blowing, but it's truth. Many of my clients now have had cancer diagnoses. Actually, most of them have had double or more. One of my stories is the doctor sent me over to an oncologist for like an immediate evaluation. She thought she felt a lump and was in panic mode. Called the contact at the hospital. They were able to get me in right away. As they're doing the imaging, the nurse kind of stops and she's like, I gotta go get the doctor. This mass is growing as I'm filming it. And I just looked at her and I said, really? I said, that's not my truth. Give me a few minutes. And she goes, what? And I said, that's not my truth. Just give me a few minutes to talk to my cells. And she got really upset. She went out, got the doctor. The doctor comes back. She had printed out the images to show. The doctor's holding the images. He's standing there looking at the screen. She's redoing it. And she literally in the middle of it stops and yells at me, what did you do? And I'm like, what? She goes, it's not there anymore. There is no sign of a lump or a mass or anything. What did you do? I mean, she was very angry and the doctor's looking perplexed and he's like, yeah, what happened? And I said, well, I told you that's not my truth. I talk to my cells. Cancer does not live in my body. My body is not hospitable to that energy. It has no right to be here. The doctor just looked at me. She threw the thing down. She was not happy. And the doctor just goes, well, I don't know what's going on here. I've got these images, but now I'm seeing this. I'm going to go call your doctor right now. I can't explain it. He's like, but there's nothing wrong. I watched this dissipate right in front of my eyes. I'll see you back next year. So he leaves. I'm getting ready to leave. The nurse comes up and she's like, I need to know what you did. I've never seen anything like that. And so I explained it to her. She's getting mad. And I said, are you religious? She's like, I am a Southern Baptist. And she was all proud. And I went, oh, okay. I understand you're not going to be able to understand this, which is ironic, but God healed me. We'll just leave it at that. So anyways, apparently somebody needed to hear that story, guys. So if you're dealing with any issues or dis-ease in your body, all of it has a root in your emotions, your thoughts and your feelings. And yes, it's stored on the cellular level. Yes, you could rewrite that. For those of you that little story really stuck, what have I healed myself from? Lyme disease, fibromyalgia, lupus, cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, PTSD, anxiety, depression, self-sabotage, all of that. So yes, it is 100% doable, but nobody's going to come and do it for you. You have to put in that work. You are heading to stability. You may be feeling completely out of whack right now and unstable. Doesn't mean that is truth. It means that's what you're experiencing right now. You can trace it back to what are your thoughts and feelings right now. Just reflect back. When you can decide or decipher what are my thoughts and feelings. Okay, this is what I've been thinking and feeling. Look at what life is reflecting back to you. Don't do it in judgment. Don't talk shit to yourself. Just look at it like a scientist studies a monkey, pulling yourself out of those emotions and just looking. That way you could see the correlation. Prove it to yourself. All right, let's wrap this up. I've got it on and on and on. Hopefully you're still here. If not, that's okay too. Yep, sacred plan. We all have a sacred plan, and it's funny how Altered Ego wants us to think that, well, if it's a sacred plan, once I get the key and I unlock it, then bippity boppity boo, God's coming in, whoever's coming in, and is going to make it all go away in the next moment. My life is perfect. That's a lie. Altered Ego's been feeding you and you've been eating like a buffet. Leave the buffet. It's not truth. And what fell out? Do the work. We have to put in the work. Doesn't mean God's not there helping us or guiding us. Absolutely is. But right now, this is about getting to a place where you can understand and decipher what your body is trying to tell you, how to decipher to get out of this energy. Clear, cancel, and release. If you're still here and you've been watching this going, oh my God, this is me, how do I stop? Do this first. Cancel, clear, cancel, and release. Put it into the sea of forgiveness and say, cancel, 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 delete, delete, delete. I now know a little bit better. I am going to be very careful watching my words and my feelings. I send nothing but love and compassion to myself and others. And an attitude of gratitude will go far. All right, beautiful heart. I hope you got something out of this. As always, I am sending you oceans and oceans of love from my heart to yours. And in honor of this energy this year, I do have the 30-minute session. It's a recorded session on sale for $44. If you want a live session, those are on sale, not at $44. But yeah, and if you want a mini, on my website, I have a TikTok special going. So check it out. All right, guys. Namaste. Bye-bye.